My best experience would there's quite a few. If I fall into the trap of recency bias, I would say this trip that I just went on, because it wasn't a vacation. I suffered physically on a level I've never suffered before, but mentally I broke so many boundaries because I'm trying something new. So this trip was amazing. The journey in Dubai, the start of the year was beautiful. I got to spend time with my friends and and see my old life again. That was cool. Worst, I would have to say, I wouldn't categorize it as worst. I would just say demanding. They were slightly more demanding than other situations. There was a journey that there's two journeys. There's the first one, Dubai. When I came back, I landed in Ahmedabad and I came to Bombay. That journey was by the end of the journey, I swear to God, you know what I was telling? I was saying, I was like, Allah, am I going to die? Why are so many bad things happening in the same day? Like, these are catastrophic, calamities almost to me. Right, in one journey, one day journey, how many calamities can happen? Catastrophes, and I remember I was reaching Bombay in 3 or 4 hours, and I just looked up and I said, Allah, am I dying today? Like, please forgive my sins and take care of my family. But what's going on here? Before death, a lot of bad things happen. What was going on? That and that was worse probably. And demanding, I went on. Because I'm producing my own project this time around, so I was on a very budgeted trip, very budgeted trip. So I had to visit as many places as I can in a very small amount of money. Guys, I'm serious. This is not general small amount of money. Even for me, this is like budgeting on a whole other level. So I took the train from Bombay and I had to reach McLeodganj, Himachal Pradesh. I took the best seats possible, but my journey was filled with so many adventures. Oh man, I was just laughing. I was like, see, you can't lose your temper. You can't like say, oh what the hell, when will it end and all that, because that can't be the start to end it. So I just said, let me see what happens. And so many things happened in the journey. And I was like, yeah, life is fun. Life is an adventure. Yeah, my script and my project.
Okay.
And I'm not telling you the third one. She used to hate my anger, but then I've conquered that. Now I feel she...
Everything.
No. There's she feels I'm very naive. She feels people take advantage of me too much. Yeah, she hates that aspect. She's like, "Man, stop it." I'm like, no, ma. I know they might be taking advantage, but this is the same analogy for the beggars. When we give beggars on the street, people say that, okay, they're going to do drugs, or they're going to drink with it, or they're just messing about. I'm like, that's not what matters. Our intention matters. How do you know? What if you're wrong? So the same way I tell my mom, I'm like, Ma, I think you're right, they might be taking advantage of me, but I have a little extra to give. So if Allah's given me a little extra, why not share? So look at the best one.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, what a moment that was. Okay, I'll go with the song when me and Isha were, I think it was her last day. It was her last day, and the first time around. The second time she came for 3 months, I don't count that. The first time around she was leaving, and so it was a whole lovely sequence, alright? It was our wedding, and then she dies like it was an English style of engagement, a ring, firecrackers, and a dance of sorts and all that. So the production house called for like a proper dance choreographer, alright? And he came and he's showing us steps and everything like that. So we tried to learn the steps, but because we knew our characters better, we took his steps and just made it our own, and we started dancing badly. Because Kabir shouldn't know how to dance, and Adnan doesn't know how to dance. So I didn't need to act in that scene at all. And the way me and Isha did that scene, and I remember watching that afterwards, like on cut. Nobody is laughing, nobody is saying anything, but the way me and Isha were laughing like mad looking at that scene, I think that was one of my better moments, yeah. There's so many, obviously, but just now if you ask me to pick, that's the one I go with, the dance. And they cut it all out. Isha has the full clip, I think, but they cut the production house didn't exactly like our idea because we wanted to make it two people who don't know how to dance are trying to dance, and that's our character, that's the story. And our love story was like that, it was cute. So we did it to the best. A 5-minute song, we bloody killed it. And yeah, they cut it all out, they cut everything. They don't want their hero and heroine to look like dogs dancing. Dorks. So yeah, that was my best one. Me. You seen? That's a stupid question. Do not ask me stupid questions. Everything you'll do is weird for me. Like I told you I cannot understand why all this love and all this support and all of that. I still can't like. I don't think I allowed myself to dwell on that thought. Maybe an instant reaction to pain and rejection would have been that, but I never dwelled on that thought more. If I'm being super like dramatic, I'd go with yeah, because I realize because I'm writing a lot more nowadays and I'm thinking about films so much, I feel I'm becoming slightly dramatic in the way I speak. Like everything is a dialogue all of a sudden, but it would probably say something like the same line. Only hit me up if you're going to stay. I'm glad you asked this question. First of all, I would strictly go with traffic. I would find the shit out of everybody so much that they follow traffic rules. Two things was going to happen. I've thought about this, by the way. The economy is helped because there are many countries, I'm not going to name them here, which earn revenues of $1 billion in their local currency, which is a very high value currency, in the course of a year over fines. And you know what that does is it allows the roads to be beautiful to drive upon. Secondly, infrastructure, planning. I'm going to make sure that the citizens of my country find their lives at least a little bit easier. So roads, definitely bloody roads. And third, I'd like to bring about a thing of, I'd be a little more staunch on my cultural values, because I do genuinely believe India has some beautiful cultural values. We don't realize it. No, you youngsters don't realize it. I didn't realize it, but now as I'm growing up, I'm like, man, some of our values, even though we call them backwards and traditional and people want to be cool and modern, but screw that shit. Sit and argue with me and I'll tell you how our values save us here and our hearts. So I try to be proud of India, you know, of our values, of our dressing, of our culture, of our different religions, and I try to show the country that religion is not about hate. It's not, none of the ones, not one religion except for I think Satanism, satanic religion, I don't know how to, whatever. I don't know that religion, so I'm not going to comment, but from what I've read on the top of every religion, I think they all talk the same thing. So I'm going to start telling every single one of you haters out there of any religion, if you're a hater, you're not religious, because your religion doesn't tell you that. Your religion practices love and kindness. So if you really want to be religious, go read your own book. I know people say corruption kam karunga, but I would genuinely try that. Yeah, I'd generally like, okay, corruption's fine. Look guys, that's a part of life, but slightly less. Yeah, these are the first 4 or 5 things that I'd strike on.
Okay. So Adnan, on this note, thank you so much for answering all the questions so beautifully.